Hello and welcome back to part 2 of my tier listing of Championship away days. Thank you so much for 500 likes on the first episode. I really do appreciate it. The comment section was alight in the first episode. Lots of people happy, lots of people disappointing with where I put their teams. Let's annoy some more people then. Norwich City, well that's of course going in the cannot wait section. And to be honest, it will feel like an away day the next time we get to go to Carrow Road. When we're allowed back in, I'm not so sure. I don't think it's going to be at full capacity until at least the new year. Hopefully they might be able to run some trials before then. But to be fair, even now, like where me and Jen live, it's sort of nearly a 3-hour trip to get to Carrow Road. So it does feel like an away day. And in terms of travelling fans coming to Carrow Road, I don't think there's a finer city in the Championship to go on a little pub crawl before. Maybe the next club up might rival us, but absolutely brilliant. If you're coming to Carrow Road, spend the day, spend the weekend, maybe even a week away. You know, people are loving staycations at the moment. Get involved, people. Get to the fine city. Next up, Nottingham Forest. This is going in the cannot wait section. Love a trip to Nottingham. Had a great away day there last time when Tim Close popped up with a couple of goals, although I remember the sun being ridiculously low and everyone was just like this. It was horrible. I walked away with a terrible headache, but it was very much cured with Tim Close's goals that day. Preston, they're certainly not getting in the cannot wait section. It's a long old way up to Preston. Haven't actually done it before. I think it was it Neil Adams' final game in charge at Preston, or maybe Alex Neil's? It was someone. We lost 2-0 in the cup. I remember Gallagher scored a couple of goals that day. I'm going to put that in the meh section. I think I will probably go to Preston as I haven't done it before. But not overly excited about it. If there's any Preston fans annoyed at that, sell it to me. As with the Birmingham fans, the Cardiff fans, and the Middlesbrough fans of the world, sell the away day to me. Why am I wrong about putting your team so low down in the sections? QPR up next. I quite like QPR. It's a nice little ground, Loftus Road, quite quaint, quite an odd place to have a football stadium. Very much fields in and amongst it. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. There is the possibility of getting a truly terrible view inside of Loftus Road. The way that it's built, there is, times that you can be sat behind kind of poles holding up stadiums that don't necessarily mean you get the best view. But I really like QPR. I'm going to put that in the Bring It On section. I've done it a couple of times before, so it's not a new ground to tick off for me. But at the same time, it's one that I'm sure I will be doing this season if it's made possible. Reading, oh my goodness, that's definitely on the TV. I mean, it's not too far away, but the Medeski is just soulless, isn't it? I mean, I don't want to annoy too many Reading fans. Not that I don't think there's too many Reading fans watching, but if there was one club I could eradicate from the Championship, it would probably be Reading. Not much of a fan. Next up, real soft spot for these guys. It's Rotherham. New York, bring it on. The New York Stadium. Love a trip up to Rotherham. Again, we said it with, these northern sides. It feels a lot cheaper to eat and drink up there, and it probably is. Really nice kind of modern ground, quite small, and they do fill it on occasion. Of course, managed by Norwich City's finest Paul Warne. Did fantastically well to get promoted last season from League One. And although it's tough to get to up to Rotherham, I'm really looking forward to that one. Bring it on. Sheffield Wednesday up next. Oh, what an iconic ground is Hillsborough. Really enjoy Sheffield. Lovely city. Relatively easy to get to on the train. Really nice drinking establishments around there. You can have a real nice day in Sheffield if that's what you're about. That is going in Bring It On. Not cannot wait. It's not in that tier, but it is in the Bring It On tier. Had a really good day in Sheffield last time. Had a couple of drinks with the Peaks afterwards and Hasto. Had a really enjoyable time up there, and I'm sure I will do again this season. Stoke up next, of course. The Potters. I'm struggling to get too excited about this. My boss is a Stoke fan though, so I'm not going to badmouth them too much because I do enjoy my job. I'll put them in meh. I think any positives of Stoke, Jen? Nothing? Okay, well, Sorry, Elliot, if you are watching. Swansea up next. Swansea, nice club, aren't they? Remember them. Did they get promoted that we did, or was that another season? I think it was another season. Of course, lots of Premier League experience in recent times, play a nice style of football. The Welsh are lovely, aren't they? Have to say that because my mum's Welsh, but they are. This is going in, I'm going to put it in meh, just because it's such a long way to South Wales. I have done that coach trip to Wales many a time from Yarmouth, and it just feels like it takes weeks to get there. I mean, it takes weeks to get out of Norfolk. To get into another country, blimey, it takes an absolute mission, doesn't it? Swansea going meh. I like Swansea, though. It's a nice little trip to Swansea. 2 W's left then. It's Watford and Wycombe. Wycombe new to the Championship. Watford, we know what that is all about. Watford go in, bring it on. Relatively close to where I am at the moment. Fun fact, I had my first ever legal pint of beer outside a pub. Oh no, inside a pub. Just outside of Watford Stadium. So happy memories of Watford. We did go on to lose that day. I think 2-0. Odi Nagalo scored a couple. But, you know, fairly harmless ground. Not the nicest, but in terms of ease to get to for me, and also just it's very inoffensive, I think. Wycombe. Never been to Wycombe before. Apparently it's really tricky to get to in terms of if you get the train there, the train station's miles away from the ground. I've heard that. I haven't looked into it. It could be fake news for all I know, but I think it's true. I'm going to put that in Bring It On. I mean, a trip to Wycombe has never really been at the top of my to-do list in life, but why not? Let's try a new stadium. I think we've only played Wycombe couple of times before in my knowledge. I know we played them a few seasons ago in the Cup. Jordan Rhodes scored a hat-trick that day. But again, a team that I think will probably struggle in the Championship this season, considering their size. Many tipped them to go down from League One. Of course, they went up through the playoffs. Points per game helped them, but they're in the Championship. And much like Burton and them kind of teams who've been in the Championship in previous seasons, I'm sure we'll give it a very good go. Right, we've got more teams in the cannot wait section than we have on the TV section, which is positive. And looking at this at a glance, I think I've got it fairly spot on. Maybe being a bit harsh to Middlesbrough. I'm sure some people will have them higher up. Maybe being a bit generous to a Rotherham. I don't know. It all depends on what you want from an away day. I'm looking for a few things. I'm looking ease to get to. I don't want to be stuck on a coach for a day. Food prices, beer prices, I want to get good value for money. You pay enough money for tickets and travel. You don't want to be spending an extra 50 quid on food and drink. I'm looking for the ground. Does it appeal to me? Is it a nice ground? What are the fans like? Will they be making it a nice day for you? I'm sure everybody looks for different things in away days. So feel free to let me know if your tier list is very different. Thank you for the support on the first video and on the channel in general, and I will see you again very soon. Bye bye.